There is apprehension in two cities this weekend on the one-year anniversary of a white nationalist rally that left one person dead. The Unite the Right 2 rally is scheduled for tomorrow in Washington, D.C.'s Lafayette Park. Organizers predict as many as 400 people could attend, with counter-protesters expected. Meanwhile, 120 miles to the southwest, a state of emergency has been declared in Charlottesville, Virginia, where last year's violence occurred. CBS News Justice and Homeland Security correspondent Jeff Pegues reports.
About 700 Virginia state troopers are part of the heightened security in Charlottesville. Part of the city has been locked down, cutting off all vehicular traffic and forcing pedestrians through two checkpoints, all until Monday morning.
Nothing would excite us any better than this to be non-eventful and folks to go home and it be a peaceful weekend for all.
1 year ago, white nationalists, angered by a plan to remove a Confederate statue, marched through the University of Virginia campus bearing torches while chanting racist and anti-Semitic slogans. The next day, thousands of white nationalists made their way through Charlottesville streets, only to be met by counter-protesters. Violence and chaos swirled for hours. Heather Heyer was killed when a car plowed into a crowd of counter-protesters. James Alex Fields was indicted in Heyer's death and faces dozens of hate crime charges. Now, white nationalists have planned a rally for Sunday in Washington, D.C. At least 5 counter-protest groups were also granted permits. Washington, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser.
The only right message, and the message that I hope that we will carry jointly as Washingtonians, is love, inclusion, and diversity.
Guns will be prohibited from the demonstration zone in Washington, but they are allowed within downtown Charlottesville. UVA student Eric Patton Sharp. So what is your main concern heading into this weekend?
Main concern is making sure that there's total safety for civilians here in Charlottesville and that the police presence actually does their job and protects the students and community members.
Officials won't say whether the increased police presence here is just as a precaution or in response to a specific threat. For CBS This Morning, Saturday, Jeff Pegues, Charlottesville, Virginia.